Hey everybody, this is your man Type coming to you with another true spook story. Before we begin, let me ask that you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share me if you feel the content is worthy. Now, without further ado, let's get into this story. Now, this story is gonna take place over the course of, well, I should say it's gonna incorporate about three stories that I've already told. And the three stories that I already told were the story of the girl that got shot at the corner of John Young Parkway in West Colonial Drive, the car that drove up and saw the two people on Monte Carlo Parkway, and the car that Courtney owned prior to his death. Now, this car was a Chevy Impala, beige in color with white seats. It had chrome rims, chrome trim, and it had the name Milk Dud like muraled on the back of the car. It was just a beautiful Chevy. Now, Johnson's Wrecker here in Orlando, Florida, right off of, located across the street from Lily's Creole Cuisines restaurant. Now, Johnson Wrecker was known for basically selling cars and towing cars and charging very expensive prices to get them back. The storage fees was high. All that stuff was just outrageous. So if you're a dope boy, hustler back in the day, you didn't have insurance. I don't know why we didn't think about getting car insurance back in the day when we were riding high, on 22s and shit. But hey, it is what it is. We learned, we adapted. A lot of us got insurance on our nice vehicles. We keep up. It's the South, baby. So Johnson Wrecker was known for taking people cars from the club, towing them, saying, oh, somebody called on us, the owner of the parking lot called on us, on you guys, and we're gonna take these cars. And they would charge heavy fees to get them back, or they would close down and don't open up till like 1 o'clock the next day. And then I said, oh, that was a 24-hour charge. That's our thing. If it comes in the gate at 12 midnight, that's a day. And every 12 hours, if you don't come get it, we charge you an extra $30. So a lot of people was losing their cars due to the shady practices of Johnson's Wrecker back in the day. Now, this particular Chevy, it was the same Chevy that the girl was driving who was shot at the corner of John Young Parkway and Colonial Drive. The bullet randomly found its way into that car, struck that girl. If you want to hear about that story, you could go up and listen to earlier True Spook stories, and we'll see about that. Now, so once the girl was struck in the car, it was her car. She had got it from her brother who did the shooting. It was, matter of fact, just to be honest, it was the same car used in the drive-by shooting of my auntie. So then those two guys went to jail. The sister inherited the car. Grandma do whatever. My auntie's son allegedly pulls the trigger. Then unknowingly the bullet struck her in the head. Boom. So now the car is sitting idle. So now by the car sitting idle, Johnson's Wrecker come and get the car. They take it to the shop. Nobody comes and claims the car within 30 days to 2 months, however that worked. So they clean the car up, put a little Bondo, patch up the hole, spray paint it, and now they put it out there for sale. So then there was this guy in the neighborhood, local dope dealer, but he was a very fun guy, very happy-go-lucky guy named Fat Boy Chris. To be honest, my sister dated his brother. And his brother was part of a dance group here in 95 South. And the 69 boys, they was out. They was all in that group. So it was one of those guys in that group. I mean, Google did something. I can't make this up. So Fat Boy Chris bought the car. He's chilling. He had the car for about a year, 2 years. And all of a sudden, he's at the store, Big B store across from Lake Man Garden Apartments. He's at the store chilling, showing off the car. He kept it the same color, beige, everything like that. And all of a sudden, somebody ambush him, pop, pop, pop. They do a drive-by and they shoot him up. All right, Big Boy Chris had a great smile, a great personality, and he was just a really, really great person. But he was in the streets, you know how it is, no loyalty. So he was shot up, executed, mowed down, however. So again, Johnson Wrecker come and get the car. By the car being in Chris' name, nobody could claim the car. His brother couldn't claim it, because it was his possessions. He didn't have any children. So Johnson Wrecker just got a car free again. Same car now. So now another person comes up there and purchases a car, another local gangbanger, drug dealer, etc. He goes and purchases this same exact car. He take the car, he puts a Wolverine, he turns it yellow and blue. Marvel Wolverine characters was out heavy then, and this is when in the South we were putting emblems and murals on our cars, Skittles. When Dodge Magnum first came out, I had got one of the earliest ones, and I put a picture. It was black, and I put a picture of a Magnum condom on. Had the bitch Magnum condom sprayed on the bitch, so the car was black and gold with gold rims, and rode that around for a little bit until the police kept pulling in and got offensive. It's just one time. But at this time, another dude purchased a car, and when he purchased the car, he painted it yellow, put blue top, kept the interior white. He tricked it out, put the nice little rims on it, and he put Wolverine on the back of it. So Wolverine will run around, and if I'm not, and I'm gonna say this actual person's name, I'm giving actual names, nicknames on the street. So his name was Mr. Feelgood. His slogan was, "What you gonna do for the new year? Hell, feel better." And everybody go crazy and we laugh. And, so Feel Good, he was pretty cool, helped the legits out in the neighborhood, gave them candy, school money, things of that nature like that. So now Feel Good has the car. He's running around chilling, hanging, taking it to car shows, taking pictures, doing all the good stuff, man. So all of a sudden, I can't make this shit up. Feel Good gets into it over a car show because his car took best in audio or some shit like this at the Fairground, Central Florida Fairground. He get into it with a dude from South Florida, Miami. They get to bitching and squawking, so they squash it, threaten each other. They go to Club Diamonds later on that night. Phil gets shot, got shot in front of the car and landed on top of the car. He passed out right there, boom, dead, pow. So again, Johnson Wrecker is directly behind the Club Diamonds off Colonial and Pine Hills Road. It's an apex right there. So again, they come and they get the car, they put it back there, and they fix it up. When nobody come and claim it, they fix it up, and boom, they put it out there to be sold again. They were selling this car for like $2 grand, $3 grand, $2,500 here and there, and it's just like something just was wrong with this creepy ass car. So now I gave you the backdrop on everything. Y'all know I like to paint the picture for you. So now let's get into the story. That was just a picture of the bitch. Let's get into the story. So there was this dude in the neighborhood. We called him White Boy Peanut. White Boy Peanut was real cool, man. Just extremely cool. He dated nothing but sisters. He had braids in his hair, gold teeth. His family moved from South Florida, Miami, up here when they were young, and he was already hood-fied from there. Then he came up here and he just became the, local staple. White boy, got a swag about him, doing his thing in the middle of the hood, ain't afraid, ain't calling us out our names and sharing our pain and suffering. We protected him, we loved him. I love White Boy Peanut. He was always funny. Although he could have chose a better chick to date, boy, because he used to date some foots, my nigga. Holy hell. The women that, bitch, we won't date her. Why are you fucking with her? Boy, the bitch. I guess he just had low self-esteem, but that's neither here nor there, because you don't speak ill about the dead, okay? So, white boy Peanut, he done came into his own. He hustling now. He done got a baby or two, taking care of his legit, being with his wife. He actually married the girl too. So he did the right thing. So white boy Peanut got the car. He turned the bitch powder blue. He put the all white interior again in it. He purchased it. He was happy. He was showing it off. Now by him showing it off and everything, I mean, we loved the car. We all sitting in the car talking, riding, taking pictures with the bitch back in the day. Now white boy Peanut had a real special gift when it came to the hood. When I say he had a real special gift, he had a gift. He knew how to pick locks. I don't know where he picked this up at. I don't know what's going on. He wasn't a good drug dealer. He wasn't a good fighter. But if you need him to break into anything, man, he knew how to get it done. Now, white boy Peanut made his cash however he did, took care of his babies, got married, he was doing the thing. So everybody liked to hang out at white boy Peanut house, and he'll probably come to your house. He was cool before cool. I mean, that was just him. So he met about 3 dudes from the downtown Orlando area off of Polk Street and McQuill. I want to say McQuill, but I say Polk Street if my memory serves me right. So he met these guys. He started going to Club Diamond. He started hanging out at the Magic Mall. All these right off of Colonial behind Johnson Record, by the way. Up the road or either behind it. He started hanging out with them. He started getting drunk a little bit. He started just having new groups of friends. So we like, white boy Peanut, be careful. You know, white boy Peanut, be careful. And he was like, man, I'm straight. I got this, dog. They just chilling. We friends now. We chilling. And he just was that cool cat. But we know that they had him breaking into buildings and shit for him, and they go rob and shit. And next thing you know, they break him off. So he had started smoking weed real heavy too and drinking. That wasn't like him. He'll smoke a blunt here and there, but I'm just painting the backstory. So he had purchased the same Chevy that all these tragedies happened in. So he turned that bit powder blue, white seats, chrome wheels. I mean, it was looking good. Brand new car. He didn't even tint the window. He had a type of glass put in the window that shine when you shine the light on the glass. So when you looked at it, it had a kind of like a bluish tint to it, like an ocean. So he had this bitch set up. So one night, here go the creepy stuff, y'all. So one night, white boy Peanut, the 2 cats from Polk Street, and about 3-4 more other dudes, they decided to go rob a pawn shop. That was the hype back then. You'll break your pawn shop, you'll steal a car. I'm finna just be G with you. This how we grew up, and I'll get back to the story. So you'll go and steal a car from a neighborhood far away. We never stole a car from a black neighborhood because that would make the block hot. So we would go into the white side of town, we'll steal one of their cars. They didn't have these electric cars like now. We would steal one of the old heads or Oldsmobile, BMW, something like that. And we'll take the car, we'll pay somebody to scrap up, put on a helmet, seatbelt, all that shit. We'll even tape him to the thing, tape his head to the thing so he don't get whiplash. And we'll be like, hey, flush this bitch and cave into the wall, cave into the door. So whoever we did, boom, whoever we got to do it, that's what they would do. So everybody going, white boy Peanut got his car. Everybody they park up the road. They done creep some old lady car, I'm gonna say, and they going over there to break in the pawn shop. Well, little did they know that the pawn shop they were breaking into was Booty's pawn shop. So they going to break into Booty's pawn shop, right? So Booty, one of his offsprings, is chilling. They still sending the bitch. I guess they were late night getting high or cracking that bitch. Fucking, I don't know if one of the dudes was in there tricking or not. But when they flushed the bitch and they ran Booty's pawn shop, broke down the door, boom, broke down the wall. The other car came, dropped them off, kept it running, and they run in there, and they just start breaking glass, taking guns, jewelry, power tools, anything that we thought was valuable, they would grab. So everybody like, come on. So now they done did the little smash and grab. This shit probably took every bit of, I'm gonna say it probably took every bit of, if my memory served me right. I wasn't with them on this night, so let me just make sure I make that shit clear. I wasn't with them, but you know, we heard the commotion. Booty's pawn shop literally right up the road from the house, and our house was on the back that we could see all the lights and flickering and shit. So this whole thing took every bit of 30 seconds, people. From the ramming in the door, dude back in the car for a little bit, they running in there, crash, smash, boom, loading up. So one of the dudes in the back, one of Booty's children in the back there smoking high, tricking. We don't know what he was doing. So he comes out, and he just comes out thumping. Pop, 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 pop. And he let them bitches go like nobody business. He had to have more than just a handgun. It had to be carrying a Tech 9, a Uzi or something. And he would pop, 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 pop repeatedly. I can still hear the flow of the bullets and the flow of the pops. So everybody running out of there, we thought nobody got hit from what they telling us. So nobody thinking that nobody got hit with this. So they get in the car. White boy Peanut said, oh shit, they hit me. I'm hit. And White boy Peanut like, oh, man, get me to the emergency room. Y'all get me to ORMC. Get me to Princeton Hospital. I don't know, just get me somewhere. Now at that time, the only hospital that was close, and that was less than I'm gonna say that was like less than 2-3 miles away, was Princeton Hospital, which I got a true scoop story about that bitch that's gonna blow your wig back. So everybody like turn off Old Wintergarden Road. They running through lights. They get on Mercy Drive, and they flushing it. Now right before the car, who flushing White boy Peanut car, cause White boy Peanut hurt in the passenger seat. Right before they got like at least 4 blocks away from the hospital, White boy Peanut dies in the car, blood everywhere. As soon as White boy Peanut dies, the car immediately shut off. They trying to crank the car to get him to the hospital. Everybody was like, no, he gone. So, you know, everybody getting out the car, they fleeing, they running, they screaming. Some of the hardest cats, they went inside White boy Peanut car, and they start taking the goods out White boy Peanut car. So when the police come, you know, they'll be like, okay, somebody just randomly shot. They were covering their tracks, wiping down. I mean, it's a savage time, people. So White boy Peanut had the 2 dudes from Polk Street. They was his best friends. So they say we thought they were fucking him over, but they really loved him. And they were just hitting the steering wheel, and they were crying like, no, not my dog, not my dog, and not my dog. And White boy Peanut was like dead as a bitch. He was expired like a motherfucker in that car. So everybody like, crank bitch, crank bitch, crank bitch, crank bitch. They kept saying crank. The car, when the police came, because now this is in front of Windsor apartment, which was the Palm Groves back in the day. So all the hood came down, and they looking, oh, fuck that White boy Peanut, man. Oh, fuck that White boy Peanut. No, not White boy Peanut. And all the ladies crying, all the dope boy, like, the fuck just happened? So, White boy Peanut dead, the car shut off. Everybody sitting out there saying, he just got the car, and it turned back that he just got it. He was doing good. He just had a beautiful little daughter and all that stuff. I mean, it was hard to witness and see. Now, somebody out of the crowd said, he got that car from Johnson Record. That's the same car everybody died in. That's the same car everybody died in. He shouldn't have bought that motherfucking car. He dead because of that car. He dead because of that car. That's all you hear. So now, Everybody mad as fuck, right? They like, yeah, Johnson Records selling haunted cars and shit. Johnson Records evil. Johnson Records are evil. I mean, they just went ham. They formed a little lynch mob and they went down there to Johnson Records the next day and they were protesting. So now law enforcement then got involved in this. And they say, hey, Johnson Record, I need you to pull the books on this serial code. This serial code show that you own this car and you done owned this car and sold this car 3 to 4, 5 times. And they say every time you sell this car, somebody end up getting injured or killed in this car. They say, can you tell me what's going on? Oh, I decline to talk. I decline to talk. I decline to this. So the case blew dead because, you know, they didn't do the deed and the car was gone. So guess who had to come and get the car off Mercer Drive? Because they was the only record in town, Johnson Record. So Johnson Record take the car. Now they don't resell the car for about 6, 7 months, close to a year. Car sat up there. We used to pass by and see it on the side of the road. Still blue, not the paint rusted. So then one day we go up there and they done took the car down and we look in the back of the body shop next door. They sanding down the rust off it, bondoing the bitch up. They finna sell it again. Everything was good. The car can crank now. It was good. So now the person who was gonna buy the car this time around, it was gonna be my Uncle B. And I'll leave it at that because I can't say his name. He's still living. He's still walking around. So, I gotta make sure I keep him protected because he got people looking for him. He just a real bad person too, y'all. So Uncle B was finna go out there and buy the car. So I told Grandma, and you know how Grandma is. I say, Grandma, that car got like 6 or 7 different dead bodies in it, and Uncle B finna go and buy the bit. And she say, what? I say, you remember the girl who got killed on John Young? She's like, that bitch? I say, huh? And she's like, I say, that was the car she was driving. I say, you remember White Boy Peanut? She said, he's so sweet. I say, he did, Grandma. She said, what? I say, he had bought the car. I say, you remember Chris? Fat Chris? I say, Grandma, he did. I say, you remember the car you used to ride around with Wolverine on it and you used to hate that type of shit? Yeah, I hated that fucking car. I say, that's the same car. She say, all them people dead who had this car. I say, yes, ma'am. So Uncle B was like, he had a little $5 in his pocket because the car was looking good. He had a $5 and he went up there, he was bragging he finna get this car. So Grandmama preempt his ass, so Grandma hop in the Buick and she floating up there off Colonial. So when she hop in the Buick, she see Unc and she's like, boy, your stupid ass. You so goddamn stupid. You know that car murdering bitches. You know that car killing every motherfucking thing it touched. The car got alive. It want a soul. So Uncle B laughing to my like, Christine? Like the car Christine? I say, that shit is real somewhere, but fuck that black Christine shit. That motherfucking car, that done killed 5 people in the hood. And you finna buy it. You's a stupid bitch. You put 1 dime on that motherfucker, I'm gonna disown you. He laughing, Mama, you ain't gonna do that. Try me, you bitch. Try me, you silly nigga. Grandma just laying in tune like it ain't nobody's business. I'm the snitch, by the way. I'm right there with Grandma like, you wrong for that shit. That car hunted. He like, I don't believe in that superstitious shit. That shit ain't nothing. So Johnson Record, the lady in the Johnson Record, she hearing the shit. And she said she walks out of there and she trying to calm everybody down because we were making a fuss in front of the thing. She said, y'all come over here, let me tell you something. Now, I can't make this shit up, but I'm finna tell you, y'all. She said every time we get that car, the same homeless man come back and he sleeps in that car. Say he sleeps in that car for however long we have it here. Say he'll pick up trash from the ground, he'll pull weeds, he'll go back there and he'll pull auto parts if we need it. But only thing he want us to do is just give him a nice car to sleep in. And every time somebody buy that car, he loses home. And then that car come back, and out of all the cars we done pulled, say that bomb sick sleeps in that car. So I'm like, Why y'all letting him do it? Say he ain't got nowhere to go and he keep the security and stuff. So if somebody break in, he gonna tell. So yeah, it works out, you know. So grandma say, where this bitch at? So grandma look around the corner and grandma see the bomb. People, if I could make this shit up, I promise I would be a prize winning Pulitzer or something. I don't know the word. When she look at the person and she see who it is, could you tell me the bomb that was living in the car every time the car got towed or something was the dude of the girl that was shot at the corner of John Young Parkway? Now this dude wasn't even a bomb. We're gonna call him D. He wasn't even a bomb. He had a house, he had children, he had a job working at Popeyes and KFC, 2 jobs. He would, every time that car would go to that junkyard, he would sleep in that car. And when the car was sold, he'll probably be at home chilling. He even worked at a tire shop off Old Winnegon Road, right up the road from Johnson Record. And so she said he does. So grandma said, ain't you baby daddy ex-husband? He like, yes, ma'am. He like, you got a house, you got kids, you got custody of the kids when she passed. And he like, this is the only thing I got left of my wife's memory because she was driving it. I was supposed to be driving it that night, but she was. And grandma like, well, baby, don't feel bad for that. You don't need to be out here like this. Stay out of that car because that car gonna end up getting you killed. And grandma was just trying to comfort him. So grandma gave him a hug, knowing what she had did, knowing what cuz had potentially done and shit like that. So Unc didn't buy the car because he like, man, you got a homeless nigga sleeping in the bitch with no teeth. Fuck that car, I just go get me a Bronco. So then he just went up the road to Buick and bought him a Bronco. Now, the car sat there. D is sleeping in the car off and on. He acting like a homeless man, like a bum, around the stove. Around the auto parts, the tow truck wrecker. Now, D finally get over the car, and so now the car is sitting up there. Now the car is getting purchased again, and now the car is getting purchased by the neighborhood drug dealer named Ghost. I can't make this shit up. Power ain't this nigga with Ghost before Power came out, y'all. So Ghost buy the car, he take it up there to Econo. He get the bitch sprayed white, put white rims on it, white top, white seats. He flushing the bitch out white. He don't drive the car now, he just drag it around on a trailer and he put it in the car shows. So now as he putting it into a car show, the car comes up there at the Central Florida Fairground car show. I don't even know if it took place or not. But he's showing the car off. All of a sudden, he get into an argument with somebody from South Florida, and they sitting up there bitching and complaining about the car again. Now, Ghost wants shit to be fucked with. Ghost was that dude, man. Ghost was a real live, unalive, baby. He didn't give a fuck, and we knew it. So the dude threatened him, fuck nigga, see you again, I'm gonna do you. So Ghost said, do who? Now I'm at the car show, decked out, fly as a bitch. I'm chilling, tank top. Your boy had abs then, so you know I could flex a little bit. You know, had on my little Jordans. I was a typical little hothead, little hot boy. So I heard him say, you know, nigga, when I see you again, I'm gonna do you. So Ghost like, do who? And Ghost said, nah. So Ghost went in his pocket. Ghost pulled out that heat, and Ghost lit his ass up. Pop, pop, pop. 3 bullets hit that boy square in the chest. The boy ran and jumped in Ghost's car. And after Ghost shot him, I can't make this shit. God, I wish video cameras were back then. Knowing that boy was spewing blood all over his body, he hated that car so much. He said, fuck your car, nigga. Ghost done hit him 3 times, so blood shooting everywhere. He ran straight to Ghost's car. Ghost didn't drive it. He had cotton around the wheels and everything. He opened the door and he jumped in the motherfucking car. bled out all over the white seats, white window, blood, everything. Boy died. He said, fuck your car. And he jumps in the car and he dies in the car at the car show. Now, with all this commotion going on, do you know nobody saw what was happening with this gunshot except about a handful of people that was very close. The music was loud. It was crazy. I'm sitting up there like, the fuck, this nigga just shot this man. So, bitch, I'm finna duck and run the opposite way. I'm from the hood. I ain't seen nothing. So he jumps in the man's car. He jumps in Ghost's car, and he dies in Ghost's car. The car wasn't being driven. The car was on a platform being towed somewhere, y'all. So finally, the neighborhood thug street came together, and we were like, this nigga is a haunted. You know, this car is haunted. This bitch is cursed. So everybody would sit up there, and they were like, oh, Johnson record, because once the police took it, they did their thing. Ghost said, I don't even want the bitch no more. You know, nigga done died in it. And say, I ain't know all these niggas died in the bitch. So now Ghost said, you know, Johnson record, you can have this bitch, right? So Johnson record come and get it from they release it from Impound. Now it's in that Johnson record. Sat there at Johnson record for like 6 years. Nobody touched it. Nobody bought it. Nobody gave a fuck about that car. That car was known in Orlando, Florida as the most dangerous, most hunted car. Whoever thought about purchasing that car, we said, y'all ass gonna die. And we used to brag about the shit. We used to like White Boy Peanut, we put him on the shirt. Big Boy Chris, we put him on the shirt. You know how we do. And Ghost was like, man, that could have been me in that bitch. And, you know, because Ghost got religious after a little bit after that shit there, because he was a two-chipper, you know, he trying to save his soul. But that car was known as the most hunted car in Central Florida. And I passed by Johnson's record today just to go up there and see, can I see that car? Because it's been over 20 years. The car ain't there no more, so they must have crushed it. But I'm gonna add a picture in this damn title of one of the cars that took place in the car show, the color and how they had it set up. The bitch is beautiful. So this is the car. And the car used to win in car shows all the time. Everybody was like, this is the most beautiful car. The seats was always white for some odd reason. I mean, the car rolled good. It was perfect. But after so many people was killed in that car, man, that is known as the most haunted car in Central Florida. So we started saying Heavy Chevy. So that's what trick that it came down, Heavy Chevy Riders. They didn't even know why they were calling it that. I mean, 5-6 years prior, you know, to the coin phrase Heavy Chevy Rider. You know, we were saying that in Orlando, then they picked it up in South Florida. And the only reason we were saying Heavy Chevy is because whoever put that bitch, they put a heavy weight on your heart. They put a spell on you. We don't know. And so we like, if you getting this Chevy, boy, it's heavy. Say that's a heavy Chevy. And then when somebody came in the hood with a Chevy that looked close to it, they were like, Bill, where you got that from? And they were like, Johnson Record, don't come around us. But we had to show papers where we got our cars from and shit, because Orlando wasn't playing. That car had claimed over 6-7 people alive that we know of. So that's that, people. I don't know if that story was spooky. I don't know if that story, I don't know if it did it for you. Yeah, but over 6 people that I named in this video had a tragic end with that Chevy Impala. Well, I'm sorry, with that box Chevy. Yeah. So I'm gonna title this bitch Heavy Chevy, and you guys do the math. Don't y'all think that car heavy as fuck to hold on to? And all dope boys was centered around this car. Dope boys and gangbangers. Maybe if an old blue-haired white woman would have bought the bitch, the car wouldn't have had no effect. But that car was claiming lives in the hood. Let that be a message to you. Some items are very haunted, man, and you don't even know. We got haunted houses in the hood. We got haunted cars. Hell, we even got bitches with haunted pussy in the hood. This is a dangerous fucking place in Orlando, Florida, man. So y'all be careful if you're coming down here to party and chill, and don't let no vampires or spooks get you. Well, I'm finna sign off this bitch, everybody. I'm tight. Telling you guys, be careful, what you ride in, because you never know who you're riding for. Take care, everybody. God bless. Much love.